Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys a counter/tips and tricks guide for the Cinderace raid that's coming right around the corner. And just like the 7-star Charizard raid event, this event will be available for 2 different weekends. So it's first available December 30th of 2022 to January 1st of 2023. Just like the Charizard, this is a 7-star raid. The Cinderace will be level 100. It will have all its stats maxed out with best IVs. It will also come with its hidden ability, Slowbro, and likely come with an adamant nature, as that is its most effective offensive nature. I'm going to try to make this video as quick and detailed as possible for you guys. I know those two kind of contradict, so if you want to move ahead in the video and find a section that you want to look at, there should be time codes in the video description down below. Looking at some of Cinderace's possible moves here, we can see that Cinderace is definitely going to be a physical attacker, has very few special attacks, and I can imagine we won't be seeing those at all. Obviously, Cinderace's big move is going to be Pyro Ball. This is going to hit you for a lot of damage, especially if you're weak to it, or quite a bit of neutral damage as well. So that'll match its fire typing, as well as high jump kick for that fighting Terra typing. Possible counter and taunt there as well to lock you into attacks or deal big damage to you. Terra Blast is an alternative there for high jump kick. It's also possible it will have Sunny Day to increase its damage, as well as Bulk Up to increase its attack and defense stat. And to handle those pesky fairies, it might also have Iron Head or Gunk Shot. It's also possible that it could have Sucker Punch to deal with those psychic type users. So I'm going to give you guys quite a few options, some psychic users, some water, some flying, and some other options for support to help you guys take this raid down as easily as possible. Hey guys, real quick, if we get 250 subscribers by January 1st of 2023, I will be giving away a $25 Amazon gift card. To enter to win, all you need to do is make sure you're subscribed with that notification bell on. Leave a like and a comment, anything you want down below. Let's get back into the video. All right, for our first psychic option, we've got Gothitelle. You definitely want that psychic Terra typing as well there. As far as abilities, competitive is actually pretty good because if your opponent lowers one of your stats, you get that +2 to your special attack. As far as the move set here, we've got psychic for base 90 stab, as well as stored power for if we get some of these nasty plots off, or if even competitive kicks in there. We've got psychic terrain to increase our psychic damage. And if Cinderace does not have Sucker Punch or a way to deal with psychic type Pokemon, you'll see a lot more psychic type Pokemon out there, and this will help boost everybody's damage. You're going to want to max out EVs in special attack and HP. You can also hyper train special defense, and speed if you want. As far as nature goes, you're going to want modest to boost your special attack even more and reduce the attack, which we're not going to be using at all. Lastly, as far as held items go, you can pretty much go with whatever you want. I would say leftovers is pretty good if you're going to be buffing yourself up with nasty plot or setting up psychic terrain, so you get some of that health back as you're getting yourself set up. Next up, we have Slowbro, and with Slowbro, you can go a couple different ways. You can go with Nasty Plot and Store Power or Psychic, as well as running Psychic Terrain or Rain Dance to help reduce those fire attack damages or bring up psychic attack moves. You can run pretty much the same move set as Gothitelle here. Obviously, you can see here, I don't have this Slowbro set up at all, nor do I have any of its stats, EV trained or hyper trained or anything like that. But I just wanted to bring them up as an option because there's too many different ways that you can use Slowbro. As far as its ability goes, it's not going to matter at all. You could go with Slack Off as well to regenerate some of your health. And if you want to go a little bit more aggressively, you could run Belly Drum with Zen Headbutt and again Psychic Terrain. You can go with any Terra typing you want there as far as Psychic or Water. Obviously, if you're going to be using it more offensive, you're going to want to go with Psychic. As far as your item goes, it kind of depends on what you're going to do. You could go for an item that increases the duration of Psychic Terrain if you're going with a special attacker, or obviously the Shell Bell if you're going to be using Belly Drum and Zen Headbutt, so you can get some of that health back that you're going to lose from Belly Drum. And because you're going to be at stage 6 there with your attack, it's going to get you quite a bit of that health back. Finally, as far as nature goes, it depends. If you're going special attacker, obviously modest, and if you're going physical attacker with Belly Drum, you're going to want adamant. Moving into the fairy type Pokemon, in case he doesn't have Gunk Shot or Iron Head, you've got the old reliable Azumarill here running the Shell Bell with Belly Drum and Play Rough to do a ton of damage. You can switch out Light Screen there for something else you find more useful. Obviously, Aqua Tail is here just for coverage. You can switch that out with something else as well. You're going to want to go ahead and max out your attack and HP IVs there, and as well as EV train in those stats. You're going to want to go ahead and put your maximum EVs into HP and attack. You can hyper train or increase your other stats as you seem fit. Also, obviously for the nature here, we're going to want adamant. You guys should know how to use this build pretty well as it's out there, and you can even see my build for Azumarill linked in the card up above if you want to see more details. Another great fairy type user you can use is Sylveon. Obviously, you'd want to change your Terra type there to fairy, which mine is steel right now, but I'll change that if I go to use it in these raids. As far as moveset goes, you've got a bit of options here. Obviously, Moonblast being your big fairy damage. You can use Draining Kiss to get some more HP back. You can use Reflect, especially since we're going to be facing a physical attacker there in Cinderace. You can replace that with Light Screen for special attackers later on. Calm Mind will be there to boost your special attack and special defense. You could replace that with Fake Tears, which would help people out a bit more as it would reduce the special defense on Cinderace, and then that would still basically increase your damage and the damage output of other people. So I'll probably go with Fake Tears there. As far as your ability goes, it doesn't really matter. You could of course go with Pixelate and use Hyper Voice, but you've already got Moonblast there, which is doing quite a bit of damage as it is. For your EVs, again, you're going to want to go with Special Attack and HP, as well as a Modest Nature. Mine is not modest, but I will be changing that. Moving on to the Pokemon that basically hard wall Cinderace. We'll start here with Pelipper. So obviously Pelipper being water and flying will be resistant to the fire type moves and the fighting type moves, and won't be hit hard at all by any of the other moves that Cinderace could use. Here, as far as moveset, you do have a few options as far as the ability goes. You could go here with Rain Dish and regenerate some of your health there by setting up Rain Dance. You could always just also go with Drizzle and then set up Rain Dance whenever that runs out. You want it to be raining so you can get Hurricane to be a sure hit every time, and you're going to do massive damage that way. You've got Surf there for if rain isn't up and you just need to get a little bit of stab damage there. Roost is there to regenerate your health. You want to go ahead and go with max special attack and HP, as well as a modest nature. And for a held item, you can't go wrong with the Shell Bell or Leftovers. Talonflame is also a great option as its fire typing will basically mitigate any of the fire damage from Cinderace, and the flying typing will also avoid any of those fighting moves. And just like Pelipper, it's basically resistant to all the other moves that Cinderace can use. Its ability doesn't matter so much as far as this raid goes, so you can do whatever you want there. For its moveset, you could start the battle off turn 1 using Tailwind to give you and all your allies a boost to speed there, so you can maybe land some of those moves a little sooner on Cinderace, and Cinderace is kind of a fast Pokemon. For damage, you've got Swords Dance to increase your attack there, and Acrobatics. For Acrobatics, we're not going to be using any held items, so we're going to be using Roost to regenerate the health whenever we need it. For its nature here, we're going to be going with Adamant. This was my Talonflame that I used throughout the main story, so I do have to hyper train it and reset all its EVs as those are kind of scattered everywhere, but it will be set up to have max attack and HP. I've got a few honorable mentions here as well. You could go with Dragonite running Rain Dance and Hurricane. You could also use Cerule Edge or Armor Rouge. They both have flash fires and abilities, so they'll be immune to the fire damage, as well as Armor Rouge resisting the fighting type moves, and Cerule Edge absolutely ignoring the fighting type moves given its ghost typing. You could have some fun with a Belly Drum Acrobatics set on Charizard, or just go special with Hurricane or Air Slash. And lastly, one of my favorite builds to use in raids in general for support and just massive damage, you could go with a Miraidon here with an Electric Terra running Electro Drift, Parabolic Charge, and Metal Sound. Metal Sound will be really good because if you have a lot of special attackers in your raid group, you'll be able to reduce that special defense down from the Cinderace. As far as rewards goes, you can expect to get lots of large and extra large XP candies. Probably get some of these HP or PP ups as well. You'll definitely get tons of protein. The Charizard gave us lots of calcium, and the Cinderace is expected to give us tons of protein as well, given its physical attack. You'll also get tons of fighting Terra Shards as well. You will be able to get quite a few bottle caps, ability capsules, and you should be getting a guaranteed ability patch for your first completion. Do remember, you can only catch the Cinderace once, but you can go ahead and farm the event all you want. And if you guys want to farm the event when it's over, you can go ahead and use the little trick with your Nintendo Switch date and time settings. I'll have a video linked up in the cards for my video on that. It's pretty simple to do, and I highly recommend it, as you'll be able to farm out tons of these materials and valuable rewards from the Cinderace raid event. Hey guys, with that being being said, if you liked the video and you found it informative, do please consider subscribing, liking, and letting me know down below in the comment section something else you'd like me to cover in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I'll have plenty of builds and other content coming out in the days to come. See you guys in the next video. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like and a comment on the video for your chance to win an Amazon gift card or a base set Squirtle, Charmander, and a Bulbasaur. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.